Welcome to Your Driving Force Success Tips. I'm Rod Khleif, and I'm thrilled you're here. This is where I share with you the most valuable things I've learned about the psychology of success. 80% of your success in anything is your psychology, and only 20% is the actual mechanics. These weekly success tips, combined with my interviews with real estate experts, are designed to provide you with all the tools you need to be a success in real estate and build your own cash flow machine. If you like what you hear on these segments, please subscribe to us on iTunes.
So I want to ask a favor of you guys. If any of you listening have purchased a multifamily property as a result of things you've learned or maybe been inspired by in this podcast, please email me at rod@rodkhleif.com and tell me about it. It's ROD@RODKHLEIF.com. Tell me about your deals. I can't tell you how much pleasure I get when I get those emails and have conversations with you guys about, the fact that you took action and you've got your first property or your second property. So please give me that gift, when you do take action and buy a property. Again, it's rod@rodkhleif.com. I also want to mention that we have some partnership opportunities coming up. We're actively buying small apartment buildings and even mobile home parks right now, and I'm always looking for people to partner with me. So if you have an interest in potentially partnering together on a deal, shoot me an email. Now that email would be partner@lifetimecashflowacademy.com. I know that's a lot. Partner@lifetimecashflowacademy.com. Yeah, we're kicking butt right now. We've got a lot of activity happening. So if you have an interest in potentially partnering with me on some deals and looking over my shoulder as we, do them together, send me an email. Now, it's an autoresponder email, so almost immediately you'll get an email back from us that has a link to our calendar. This is a link to set up a call with us to discuss, partnering with us. So either myself or my partner Robert will get on the phone with you and go into more detail about what we're doing and how we might work together. So again, that's partner@lifetimecashflowacademy.com. And last and certainly not least, I don't know if you've heard, but we've had over 1 million downloads. And I am so grateful to you guys for your amazing support. Over the last 8 months or so, I've spoken with or communicated with literally about 1,000 of you. And I can honestly say it's been an incredible joy for me. Now, we'll say this. So many of you that I spoke with asked me for coaching or mentoring or asked me to create a course or training materials, and I really never planned to do that when I started this podcast. But after I heard it over and over again, I just finally decided to go ahead and do it. And I hope that those of you who have read my book know that I don't do anything halfway. So I'm excited to say within a few weeks, I'll be launching what I can humbly say is the best multifamily training and coaching program available anywhere. And I've carefully designed this program to include, a comprehensive online course, weekly coaching that comes with it, accountability, motivation, an online members area where you can communicate with your peers and strategize on deals together, tickets to a live event. And we've packed it with a lot of other tools and resources. And it's basically designed to really help you quickly crush it in this business, to help you build lifetime cash flow as quickly as possible. Now, if you want to get some more information on this when it becomes available, because it's still a couple, 2-3 weeks out, if you want to get some more information, text the word CRUSH, CRUSH, to 41411. All right, let's get to it.
So today we're going to talk about the power of moving past failure. And I will tell you, there's an incredible power that comes from moving past failure. Have you ever asked yourself the question, what if I fail? Well, I'm here to tell you every successful person I know has failed, and usually many times. Failure and success are not opposites. Failure is actually a part of success because we learn from our failures. Maybe you've heard me call my failures seminars, and I'm here to tell you I have had a lot of seminars. The important thing to remember about having a failure is that it's not an event. It's not a person. It's not you. Maybe you've heard Thomas Edison's famous quote regarding the light bulb. He said, "I've not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that it won't work," which was his way of calling his failures a learning experiences or seminars like I do. Albert Einstein said, "Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." Failure doesn't mean you're done. Failure just means you get to try again, but with a lot more experience. Don't ever fear failure. Be afraid of being in the same place next year that you're at today. Instead of worrying about failing, worry about the incredible chances you could miss when you don't even attempt something. The only real failure is when you stop trying. The only failure is when you give up. Mistakes, setbacks, failures, they're all part of life. If they don't happen to you, you'll never learn and you'll never change. Maybe you've heard Winston Churchill's famous quote, "Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm." Remember, if you have a clear, measurable goal and you fail at one approach, as long as you have a compelling reason why that goal is a must, you'll try another approach. And if and when that approach doesn't work, you'll try another approach, and on and on. As long as you have a compelling enough goal, strong enough why, and that it's aligned with your mission. Giving up on a goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got a flat. There are always more options. C.S. Lewis said, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." I want you to imagine if Oprah Winfrey had quit after she was fired from her first TV job because the people told her she was unfit for TV. Or if Stephen King, one of the largest authors in the world, had stopped writing after his first book was rejected by 30 publishers. Or if Michael Jordan would have quit after he was cut from his high school basketball team. I like Michael Jordan's quote, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. And on 26 separate occasions, I was responsible to take the winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." So what are some strategies for dealing with setbacks and failures? First thing I'll tell you is don't let the failure be part of your identity. Separate from it. Look at it objectively. You've all met people that love to talk about their setbacks. They've developed a story that they love to talk about regarding their failure that disempowers them. Maybe you've even done this yourself on occasion. I know I have. I'm embarrassed to say, but I have. The worst result of a failure is when people have it become their identity. Never let that happen. Like I said, it's important to remove yourself from the event. Then I think it's helpful to look at what happened, with curiosity. What could you have done differently? Now, I believe in taking total responsibility. I'm a big one for 100% responsibility. But that said, maybe the failure was partly beyond your control. But after you've explored all the facts, think about what you've learned, then stop continually focusing on it. Don't dwell. And that applies to your successes and your failures. Now, Don Shula, who's purportedly the winningest coach in the NFL, he had put a 24-hour rule on everyone in his organization. They would celebrate a win, or they would commiserate and suffer through defeat, but only for 24 hours. It's very important to move through your setbacks. And, I know when you're in the thick of it and you're fearful, it's hard, but it's important to remember gratitude. Tony Robbins likes to say, in the face of gratitude, fear flees. Remember to be grateful for all the amazing things in your life, and never forget whatever you focus on becomes your reality. So choose wisely. And you can choose to focus on your setbacks or the things that you want. So like I say, choose wisely. Successful people that bounce back from failure regularly know how important it is to be surrounded by peers that empower and uplift you. Make sure you have a great support system. Remember to always be learning, especially through the tough times. Never forget that we live a life of meaning, and it's your choice what meaning you put on your experiences. It's your choice whether those experiences define you or limit you or hopefully inspire you. Never forget, everyone that's truly great at anything was first an amateur. Failure is part of your path to success and typically inevitable whenever you try something that's outside your comfort zone. But also remember that every failure or setback is bringing you one step closer to your goals. Every failure makes you larger and stronger and even better. Failure is the greatest teacher. It may now feel good right when it happens, but I promise you, my friend, there is always a silver lining. So I leave you with one last thought. Don't ever let success go to your head, and don't ever let failure go to your heart. I'm Rod Khleif, wishing you incredible passion and massive success in your business and in your life.